Hey everyone, it's Brennan with BC Labs, and today we're doing something a bit different again. So similar to how a few months ago you saw me make a game video for Revria, I am going to do that for Contractors Showdown. Now the main reason I'm doing this is I think certain games are worth me making some content on because I think that they set a precedent or shift forward the experience on Quest. Revria was one such example because there aren't really any full-fledged space life sims on the Quest. There's not that many space sims to begin with. And Contractor Showdown does the exact same thing. See, I love Battle Royales. I hate to admit that I do. I play some Fortnite, I played some Apex, a little bit of Warzone, whatever you plays, one that was pretty decent. I love a decent Battle Royale, but I hated Population 1. I'm probably in the minority, but it's just not serious enough. It doesn't feel like it has any of the competitive spirit. The control mechanisms for everything feel arcade style. Like, I understand that it's probably to make it a little easier to pick up and play, but I want gunplay like a VR shooter, and that's something that Contractors has delivered on. Now, I'm going to keep this video fairly short, but I wanted to address a few key points that I think are important. First and foremost, the gunplay is pretty much on par with the other Contractors game. At first, I wasn't pleased because I kind of just didn't get everything set up right. I was just kind of in a hurry to play, and I had a bad time. I turned it off, I had a headache, but the second time I jumped in, and once I kind of figured out where the controls were at, I was just balling. Like, it was a fantastic experience, and there's nothing quite the same as actually being there in VR as you end up making a shot you shouldn't have, or being able to just edge somebody out in a 1v1 combat. When you're in Fortnite or a third-person shooter, I don't know, you feel a little bit removed. It's still impressive, crazy long shots are still good, but it's not the same as being immersed in the environment while you do it. Some basic notes about the game. So far, it seems like it's 3-person squad only. Although I didn't get in the beta, some people mentioned there was a solos and beta, so maybe that'll come in return once they have a large enough player base. I am a bit disappointed, although I had plenty of fun dropping into trios or whatever you want to call it, solo. You can just uncheck the fill option. I even had fun playing with some randoms, although the quality was mixed because without playing with a mic, it's really hard to coordinate, even more so in VR. Now, one cool thing about this game that kind of harkens to Enter the Radius and other similar games is the backpack system. You're able to grab your back, or grab towards your back, and then pull forward and pull out a backpack where you can stash attachments and accessories. And the fact that you can accessorize your game with your hands, similar to Pavlov, is just fantastic. It feels a lot more realistic versus having everything already preloaded out. And although in real life you're not going to probably switch in between sights on different guns too often, in this situation you only have so much to work with, so it's kind of nice. The gunplay feels great, although I do think the collisions for picking up items is sometimes a bit wonky. Sometimes it's perfect, and other times it feels like, damn, I really should have grabbed that gun. Or why am I grabbing the one at my hip when I'm definitely pointing to the one at the ground? But so far, everyone seems very friendly. It's been a great experience. Queue times unfortunately need some work as well. There aren't too many people online, and I think they're trying to fit 60 people in a match at a time. So I'm sure it gets a little difficult to make a round. Like, you'll sit in the loading lobby where you still get to shoot at each other for what feels like 3 to 4 minutes. If they haven't already, I hope they add some bots or something. Or especially if they were adding bots as companions, I would be totally okay with that. I get that that's not the social element, but sometimes you only have 2 people or you're by yourself and you still want to play in trios. It can make it a little bit better. Although I'm not showing it in any footage here, there is skins and other things that you can customize your weapons with in the main menu. There's quite a dearth of weapons to pick between. There's several rifles, both semi-automatic and bolt action. There's even an auto shotgun, which is kind of stupid at point-blank range. And who doesn't like a stacked barrel double barrel? It's quite fun. Anyway, I wanted to just do a quick overview of the game because I think it's a pretty exciting release. We're seeing more, I don't want to say AAA per se, but games in that vein that feel more fully fleshed out and have a lot of features and polish that originally it wasn't what you expected with most Quest games. So anytime I see a game like that, I want to start highlighting it. I don't want this channel to turn into a VR gaming channel. The intention is more to put it on people's radar. Well, anyway, I hope you all liked this video. I have a few more topics I'd like to touch on in the coming weeks, but I also have a dearth of 3D printing content that I've been trying to get ready to roll out. So if some of you guys are interested in that, definitely tune in. Anyway, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.